Another week and another Laser Sports update is upon us. I'm Taylor Viles, and I'm thrilled to be back to bring you more Laser headlines and sports news for this mid-February episode. The basketball playoffs are quickly approaching, meaning these next couple of weeks will be crucial. Let's begin. It was a two-game week for the men's basketball team, but started with their toughest test to date. Number 6 team in the nation, the St. Joe's of Connecticut Blue Jays. The Lasers were hanging tight with the Jays early, hitting some huge threes and converting on their drives to the paint, but ultimately their missed chances at the free throw line gave the Blue Jays all they needed to go on a run and take a 16-point lead into the locker room at halftime, and they would not look back. The Lasers played hard in the second half, but the size of the Blue Jays was just too tough to match, and it could not be stopped. LaSalle fell 91-64. E.J. Day had a great night for LaSalle, shooting 50% from the field en route to a game-high 24 points. On Saturday, LaSalle honored their graduating class pregame. Their energy during the pregame ceremony continued into the game, and this time the Lasers were the ones who could not be stopped. The game was practically over by halftime, with LaSalle up an astounding 51-19. The second half was more of the same as the Lasers took down Anna Maria 99-64. 5 Lasers scored in double figures, led by E.J. Day, who had a game-high 20 points, and Kona McCusker, who came off the bench for a career-high 15 points. The Lasers wrap up their season against Regis and St. Joe's of Maine, both tipping off after this filming. With wins, the team would most likely earn a 3rd or 4th seed in the GNAC, getting them a first-round bye and their first home playoff game in 4 years. The women's basketball team has fallen into a bit of a rut as of late. Losers of 3 straight as of Tuesday afternoon, the team is running out of time to prove themselves as playoffs approach. In their senior day loss at home, the Lasers were taking on a 3-16 Anna Maria team. The game was tied heading into the 4th quarter, but Anna Maria just barely outplayed LaSalle, winning by 3, 70-67. The Lasers had multiple chances to tie or go ahead in the final minute, but failed to convert. Meg Carroll led the charge offensively with 17 points and 12 rebounds, while Juju Neely collected 12 points of her own. Luckily for the team, though, the GNAC expanded the playoffs this season to 12 teams. That's due to COVID, so they have a good chance to make it. They currently sit 9th in the standings with a 6-9 conference record. The team is still within striking distance, though, of Elms and Riviere, who sit just above them in the standings. Their final 2 conference games will occur on Thursday and Saturday away at JWU and St. Joe's of Maine, respectively. We were able to Zoom with first-year head coach Kelly Sundberg to discuss what it's going to take to get this team back into the playoffs.
I'm here with Coach Kelly Sundberg, head coach for the women's basketball team. So, Coach, I'm sure you know the last couple of games haven't gone your way. What's kind of prevented you from those victories? You guys have been really hot this season and then really cold at different times. So what's kind of gone wrong in the last few games?
Yeah, I really try to take a step back with this group. We really only have 2 of our players that have experienced college basketball before, with Peyton and Meg, and everybody else is new. So, we've scaled it back this week and really talked about some concepts of how to finish games in a game situations, because we've really been close in, I would say, a majority of our games throughout the year. So especially in these past couple of weeks, we've been right there. So just talking about different little tweaks to what we're doing to make sure that we can finish games strong. And yeah, that's been really our focus.
No, I mean, it seems like it's really been those last couple minutes of games, like you've been saying, you've been right in them for so many of these games, and then it's just the last push.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking about, I think there's a strategy to winning and how you go about that. So again, just the group I don't think has experienced that at the college level. So for us, we talked about the skills, the communication, what needs to be said, what needs to be repeated, right? All of that type of thing. And really, really good execution, what we're looking for offensively, defensively, what are the things that we need to keep harping on and repeating, all of that. So I think they've been growing in that aspect, which has been good to see.
So after these new drills and conversations you've been having, do you think you're more prepared for tonight's game against JWU and then your final game?
Absolutely. We had almost everybody was hit with COVID in January, and now we're kind of hitting the last couple that haven't. So so we're in and out right now with some lingering things going on. But yeah, no, I think they're definitely prepared for JWU. We're gonna have people in some different positions and different roles tonight, but I think this group, if anything, I think they've had moments of wanting to be individuals, but every time that we have those moments and have those conversations, they always revert back to each other, which I think is huge. I think when you get a couple losses back to back, the tendency is to you just fade away and do your own thing. But this group has really fought back to be able to come together and play as a team and do that, which for me is so reassuring.
How do you plan to approach the playoffs to try to even get past the quarterfinals?
Absolutely, yeah. It was a change with the GNAC this year for not having 8 to going to 12. So for us, just really understanding this is really a privilege and an honor to be able to get to the playoffs. It's not an everyday thing, every year thing that it happens. So for us, really trying to maximize the opportunity that we have and be able to go in. We'll have our first game on Tuesday, and I think as much as things have been, up and down, we've had our highs and lows throughout the season. Like this is the prime of it, and this is the time for us to be able to come together and show everybody, what we've been able to do and what we've been able to work on, all of that. So just really understanding it is almost a separate season. It's a separate time within for this group to do something. So yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your help this morning, Coach. Thank you so much.
Moving over to volleyball, the Endicott men's volleyball team was no match for the Lasers, who took them down in 4 sets last Thursday, improving their record to 4-5 overall. This was a marquee win for LaSalle, as Endicott is the number 18th ranked volleyball program in the country. Although the first 3 sets were consistently close, the goals dropped from a .409 to a .029 hitting percentage in that 4th set, while the Lasers leaped ahead by making fewer errors and a lot more aces, winning the final set 25-13. Jordan Chinot and Jan Baranowski were some of the Laser leaders of the game with 3 and 4 blocks respectively, to go along with 8 kills apiece. Jesus Garcia tallied up to 20 assists and held the high of 11 digs for the match. Garcia is also this week's GNAC Defensive Player of the Week. His teammate Theo Horowitz received GNAC Rookie of the Week honors, so congratulations to both of them. We'll touch on them a little later in the episode. We will see this team back in action for their first conference games, beginning on the road against Emerson College, which happens after this filming, and then at home against Regis on Thursday, followed by a doubleheader on Saturday against Wentworth and Elms. The men's and women's track and field teams competed in the GNAC Championships this past weekend. While the overall results did not end in a victory for either team, the men's team did come in 4th place of the 6 teams competing, while the women's team came in last. There were some outstanding individual performances though, and some new records set once again. On the men's side, Richie Bartlett placed 3rd in the shot put, and Zachary Kirsch placed 2nd in the triple jump. Ben Abley set a school record and came in 2nd with a 7:26 sprint in the 60-meter dash, and came in 1st in the 200 meters with a time of 23:19. Brady McKechnie broke the school record he had just set last meet in the 60-meter high hurdles and came in 3rd place. On the women's side, Hannah Babbitt placed 4th in the 200 meters and placed 9th in the 60-meter dash. Christina Powers placed 7th in the 60-meter high hurdles, while Elise Stanbury came in 5th place in the shot put with a 9.23-meter throw. Their next meet is the Wheaton College Invitational this Saturday, February 19. That starts at 2:30 p.m. Now let's get you our 3 stars of the week. Coming in at number 3 is men's basketball player Jonathan Freiberg. After missing the last 8 games due to injury, Freiberg returned on Saturday against Anna Maria and posted a double-double with 16 points, 11 rebounds in the victory. Freiberg shot 70% from the field in the convincing 99-64 win for the Lasers. Freiberg is averaging 10.3 points to go along with 6.4 rebounds this season, as he looks to stay healthy for the Lasers coming in to the playoffs, a much needed boost for that roster right now. Our number 2 star this week is Theo Horowitz. The first year recorded 5 kills and 1 solo block, as well as a .364 kill percentage, good enough for Rookie of the Week honors. Horowitz has recorded 9 or more kills 3 times this season, 8 or more digs twice, and 3 or more blocks in 2 occasions during 2022. During the match against St. Joseph's, the Connecticut native tallied career highs of 15 kills and 11 digs. The weekly award was the first of Horowitz's career. And coming in at number 1 is Jesus Garcia, also of the men's volleyball team. The junior compiled a team-high 20 assists and a match-leading 11 digs in the triumphant win over Endicott, while tallying 2 kills and 1 block assist. Garcia has tallied 20 or more assists in 8 of 9 matches this season and has reached double figures in digs 3 times. Garcia earned his 3rd career weekly honor from the conference. He was named Rookie of the Week twice during the 2020 season. Well, that is all we have for you for this week's episode of Laser Sports Update. We will be back here next week for a preview of the spring sports season. Those ones are quickly approaching. I'm Taylor Viles, and as always, go Lasers!